My name is Timani Pyatt. My class section is 018. The Rose That Grew from Concrete by Tupac. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but it keeps its dreams. It learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete, when no one else even cared. Sometimes I Cry by Tupac. Sometimes when I'm alone, I cry because I'm on my own. The tears I cry are bitter and warm. They flow with life but take no form. I cry because my heart is torn and I find it difficult to carry on. If I had an ear to confide in, I would cry among the treasured friends. But who do you know that stops that long to help you carry on? The world's moves fast and it would rather pass you by than to stop and see what makes you cry. It's painful and sad and sometimes I cry and no one cares about why. Under the Skies Above by Tupac. My child is out there somewhere under the skies above, waiting anxiously for you and me. To bless it with our love, a part of me, a part of you. And a part of this love we share will protect my unborn child who lives dormant outside somewhere. Sometimes in my dreams, I imagine what it would be like. How could I properly guide him when even I don't know what's right? Whether he is born in wealth or poverty, there will be no deficiency in love. I welcome this gift of life, given from God under the skies above. Life Through My Eyes by Tupac. Life through my bloodshot eyes was scared square to death. Poverty, murder, violence, and never a moment to rest. Fun and games are few, but treasured like gold into me, 'cause I realize that I must return to my spot in poverty. But mark my words when I say, my heart will not exist unless my destiny comes through and puts an end to all of this. When Your Heart Turns Cold by Tupac. When your heart turns cold, it causes your soul to freeze. It spreads throughout your spirit like a ruthless feeling disease. The walls that were once down now stand firm and tall, safe from hate, love, pain, joy, until you feel nothing at all. When your heart turns cold, a baby's cry means nothing. A dead corpse is trivial. Mothers neglecting children is daily. Loneliness becomes your routine friend. Death seems like tranquility. Sleeping is never pleasant. If you even sleep at all, you forget ideals and turn off the reason to make sure the product gets sold. You don't understand how to breathe. Just wait till your heart turns cold. Only for the Righteous by Tupac. I'm down with strictly dope, so. That means I'm more than you can handle. Hot, I'm hotter than the wax from a candle. Him, that's rock. He's my microphone companion. Lyrics full of knowledge, truth, and understanding. Hobbies, rapping is my only recreation. Retire, you must be on some kind of medication. Why? Because I'll never loosen up my mic grip. Drugs, never, because I'm living on the right tip. Sex, only with my girl because I love her. Babies, impossible, I always use a rubber. Bored, rarely, because I'm keeping myself busy. Scratch, nah, I'll leave the cutting up to D's. D's, yeah, that's my DJ. He's the greatest. Word, nah, he's paying me to say this. The mind is something that I cultivate and treasure. Thanks, you're welcome. And besides, it was my pleasure. The Shining Star Within, dedicated to Marilyn Monroe by Tupac. Secrets are hidden within the clouds of darkness. And in this place, no one dares to breathe. In fear of self-destruction, it has been this way forever and a day, until she came to shine, with a spark of innocence and questions only to be answered with darkness. Not just darkness, but the silent kind that steals your soul and kills your mind. There was no compassion for this thriving star, only exploitations and confused jealousy. You saw no hope and brought the end, never acknowledging the star within. Starry Night, dedicated to the memory of Vincent van Gogh by Tupac. A creative heart, obsessed with satisfying this dormant and uncaring society. You have given them the stars at night, and you have given them bountiful bouquets of sunflowers. But for you, there is only content. And through you pours yourself into the frame and present it so proudly. This world could not accept your masterpieces from the heart. So on that starry night, you gave to us and you took away from us the one thing we never acknowledged, your life. If I Fail by Tupac. If in my quest to achieve my goals, I stumble or crumble and lose my soul. Those that knew me would easily co-sign. There was never a life as hard as mine. No father, no money, no chance, and no guide. I only follow my voice inside. If it guides me wrong and I do not win, I'll learn from mistakes and try to achieve again. What is it that I search for by Tupac? I know not what I search for, but I know I have yet to find it, because it is invisible to the eye. My heart must search for it blinded. And if by chance I can't find it, will I know my mission is achieved? Can one come to conclusions before the question is conceived? Just as no one knows what lies beyond the shore, I will never find the answer to what that I search for. Fear in the Heart of a Man, dedicated to my heart by Tupac. Against an attacker, I will boldly take my stand, because my heart will show no fear, no man. But for a broken heart, I will one with fright, scared to be blind by a vulnerable night. I believe its fear is in every man. Some will acknowledge it, others will fail to understand. There is no fear in a shallow heart, because shallow hearts don't fall apart. But feeling hearts that truly care are fragile to the flow of air. And if I am to be true, then I must give my fragile heart. I may receive great joy, or you may return it ripped apart. God by Tupac. When I was alone and had nothing, I asked for a friend to help me bear the pain no one can accept. God. When I needed a breath to rise from my sleep, no one could help me except God. When all was sadness and I needed answers, no one heard me except God. So when I asked who I give my unconditional love to, look for no other name except God. Nothing can come between us by Tupac. Let's not talk of money. Let us forget the world for a moment. Let's just revel in our eternal camaraderie. In my heart, I know there will never be a day that I don't remember the times we shared. You were a friend when I was at my lowest, and being a friend to me was not easy or fashionable. Regardless of how popular I become, you remain my unconditional friend, unconditional in its truest sense. Did you think I would ever forget? Did you for one moment dream that I would ignore you? If so, remember this from here to forever. Nothing can come between us. My Dearest One by Tupac. There are no words to express how much I truly care. So many times I fantasize of feelings we can share. My heart has never known the joy you bring to me, as if God knew what I wanted and made you a reality. I died to hold you, or to kiss you, or merely to see your face. My stomach quivers, my body shivers, and my heart increases pace. To give me money or lots of gold will not be the same to me. I prayed and watched the distant stars, and finally you came to me. Things That Make Heartbreaks by Tupac. Pretty smiles, deceiving laughs, and people who dream with their eyes open. Lonely children, unanswered cries, and souls who have given up hoping. The other thing that breaks hearts are fairy tales that never come true, and selfish people who lie to me. Selfish people just like you. Black Woman by Tupac. The day I met you, I saw strength, and I knew from that point on that you were a pure woman to me, possessing a spirit that was strong. I want smiles to replace the sorrow that you have encountered in the past. And since it was strength that attracted me to you, it will take strength to make it last. My negative side will attempt to change you, but please fight that with your all. It will be your strength to keep us both standing while others around us fall. And I Still Love You by Tupac. I don't have everything. As a matter of fact, I don't have anything except a dream of a better day and you to help me find a way. Being a man, I am sure to make mistakes, but to keep you, I will do all it takes. And if it meant my love was really true, I'd gladly die and watch over you. I wish you knew how much I cared. You see, my love is true by the life we'd share. Even if you changed your mind and said our love was through, I want to die continuously cry, and still I'd love you. The Mutual Heartache by Tupac. Introduced with innocence, who would have ever guessed that you were the one I had been so desperately searching for? You talk as I do, but yet you don't. Understand when I mumble. You see as I do, but your vision is blurred by naivety. This is the barrier that separates us. I cannot cross yet. There is too much of me that will frighten you. So I live in heartache because we cannot fully explore this love. And what of your heartache does it feel as sharp as mine? No matter where I go or how long it takes, I will never recover from this mutual heartache. First Impressions by Tupac. Just when I thought I'd seen it all, our paths crossed and met. And I knew from the first glance that you would be hard to forget. Your eyes attracted me first, but you reeked of sultry confidence. I couldn't wait to touch lips and kiss with my heart's intentions. When we did it was what I expected. It was what I expected. And for that moment, we erased the tension of the awkwardness of first date jitters and the initial blind date first impressions. We kissed again, and I felt the passion, and this was Cupid's blessing. A Love Unspoken by Tupac. What of a love unspoken? It is weaker without a name. Does this love deserve to exist without a title? Because I dare not share its name. Does that make me cruel and cold to deny the world of my salvation? Because I choose to let it grow. People tend to choke, in which they do not understand. Why should I be weary and withhold this love from man? What of a love unspoken? No one ever knows, but this is a love that lasts, and in secrecy, it grows. Forever and Today by Tupac. You say that you'll love me forever, but what about today? As the dusk becomes dawns and the years pass on, will you love me the same way? If so, let us rejoice and bathe in constant pleasure. If not, spare my heart today and I shall recover before forever. And if my doubts and questions upset you, forgive my fragile heart. I just wanted to know if you love me forever before today would start. When Do I Kiss You by Tupac. I haven't yet for reasons of your own. But soon I'm sure you'll tire from being alone. I haven't recovered from the pain of the past. So you show me affection behind the walls of glass. But when I do finally kiss you, you will realize at last my heart was true. Love is Just Complicated by Tupac. You ask me to communicate what it is I feel within. I search for words to assist, but I find none to help me begin. I guess love is just complicated. Love is just complicated. I thought I knew my heart's desire. I thought I quenched my burning fire. I thought I wanted A, but A was too mixed up with B. Then C made me more confused, so A turned me off and B feels better. C is upset and lonely, and me, I think love is complicated. Love is just complicated. I Know My Heart Has Lied Before by Tupac. I know my heart has lied before, but now it speaks with honesty of an invisible bond of friendship that was formed in secrecy. Coming from me, this may seem hard, but to God, I swear it's true. We are friends for eternity, and forever I will always love you with all my heart and spirit. P.S. Just so you don't forget that I am here for you, you are a true friend. One for April by Tupac. To me, your name alone is poetry. I barely know you, and already I can explain this feeling I feel for April. I want to see you from the moment you leave my side to the moment you return. My nonchalant, cold heart finally has eyes only for April. So now I risk it all. just for the feeling of joy you bring me. I accept the ridicule in exchange for the words you share with me. All of this is much more I will do for April. Tears from a Star by Tupac. My tears, they fall with passion, like tears conceived from stars, full of brightness and energy, seen only from afar. Tonight these tears are full of pain, but also I can feel relief from my heart, because the stigma is revealed, unfaithful and unforgiven. I cannot bear to let this be, so I must be pure, to only for her, for eternity. Why must you be unfaithful? Men, you shouldn't listen to your selfish heart. It doesn't really have a brain. Besides, keeping you alive, its existence is in vain. How could I be so mean and say your heart has no place? Because mortal men fall in love again. As fast as they change their face, I may be cruel, but think a while about the hearts that you have broken. Match that with the empty vows and broken promises you've spoken. I am not saying females are perfect, because men, we know it's not true. But why must you be unfaithful if her heart is true to you? The Power of a Smile by Tupac. The power of a gun can kill. The power of fire can burn. The power of wind can chill. The power of the mind can learn. The power of anger can rage inside until it tears you apart. But the power of a smile, especially yours, can heal a frozen heart. Love Within a Storm by Tupac. We made love within a storm. In the midst of passion and chaos, somewhere, somehow, our true bond, our friendship was lost. In the eye of the storm, the rain always falls harder. Those who prevail this trauma will learn to bring their love farther. But now the storm has passed, and the seas of our friendship are calm. But as long as I live, I will remember the love within the storm. The Tears in Cupid's Eyes. The day you choose to leave me, it rained constantly outside. In truth, I swore the rain to be the tears in Cupid's eyes by Tupac. The Midst of Passion by Tupac. In the midst of passion, two figures stand, immersed in ecstasy, joined hand in hand. Words are unnecessary, feelings are heard, the body takes control, deaf to words. It is at the stage that I think of you, in gratitude for this joy you have exposed me to. Each day is bright, with you as the dawn, with the collapse of each night, a strong bond is born in the midst of passion. I remember your kiss, I reminisce about your touch, and suddenly miss the scent you wear, and the tone of your voice. Only you can be my choice in the midst of passion. To People with One Wish by Tupac. There were two people with one wish, to live a life full with love. To God they would pray that together they'd stay, under the stars above. But someone else made a wish, at the same time on the same breath. And although the wish for love was granted, so was the evil wish for death. Now I make a wish, filled with tears and laughter. It was my wish that these two loves are reunited in the hereafter. Hours Pass by Tupac. I think of you in my arms, and what it would be like to make love. I think of you raising my seed, and what they be made of. I think of how alone I was before you came to be. I think of the joy I felt when you said you thought of me. I'm proud to be the heart you choose to make a friend. Hours pass by, and Cupid cries until we meet again. Just a Breath of Freedom, dedicated to Nelson Mandela by Tupac. Held captive for your politics, they wanted to break your soul. They ordered the extermination of all minds they couldn't control. For you, the fate was far worse than just a brutal homicide. They caged you like an animal and watched you slowly die inside. As you breathe your first air of freedom, on the day you become a free man, raise your regal brow in pride, for now you are in God's hands. The life of many were given, so that the day would one day come that the devils in power of Pretoria would pay for the evil crimes they've done. The Sun and the Moon by Tupac. Your ways are similar to the rays of the sun. Warm to many, but too strong for some. The more you are needed, the brighter you shine. Watch for too long, and your brilliance will blind the eyes of mortal men who threaten you with doom. They regret to see you set, but it is time for the moon. Fallen Star by Tupac. They can never understand what you set out to do. Instead, they choose to ridicule you. When you got weak, they love the sight of your dimming and flickering starlight. How could they understand what was so intricate? To be loved by so many, so intimate, and want to see your lifeless corpse. This way, you cannot alter the course of ignorance that they have set, to make my people forget what they have done for much too long. I just forget and carry on. I have loved you for forever because of who you are, and now I mourn our fallen star. Family Tree by Tupac. Because we all spring from different trees does not mean we are not created equally. Is the true beauty of the tree or in the vast forest in which it breathes? The tree must fight to breed among the evils of the weeds. I find greatness in the tree that grows against all odds. It blossoms in darkness and gives birth to promising pods. It was the tree who grew from weeds. It wasn't meant to be. Ashamed I'm not, in fact, I am proud of my thriving family tree. When Your Hero Falls by Tupac. When your hero falls from grace, all fairy tales are uncovered, myths exposed and pain magnified. The greatest pain discovered. You taught me to be strong, but I'm confused to see you so weak. You said never to give up, and it hurts to see you welcome defeat. When your hero falls, so do the stars, and so does the perception of tomorrow. Without my hero, there is only me, alone to deal with my sorrow. Your heart seethes to work, and your soul is not happy at all. What are you expected to do when your only hero falls? A River That Flows Forever by Tupac. As long as some suffer, the river flows forever. As long as there is pain, the river flows forever. As strong as a smile can be, the river will flow forever. And as long as you are with me, we'll ride the river together. Tears of a Teenage Mother by Tupac. He's bragging about his new Jordans. The baby just ran out of milk. He's buying gold every 2 weeks. The baby just ran out of Pampers. He's buying clothes for his new girl, and the baby just ran out of medicine. You asked for money for the baby. The dad just ran out the door. Where There Is a Will by Tupac. Where there is a will, there is a way. To search and discover a better day. Where a positive heart is all you need to rise beyond and succeed. Where young minds grow and respect each other based on their deeds and not their color. When times are dim, say as I say, where there is a will, there is a way. How Can We Be Free by Tupac. Sometimes I wonder about this race, because we must be blind as hell to think we live in equality, while Nelson Mandela rots in a jail cell, where the shores of Howard Beach are full of African corpses, and those that do live to be 18 bum rush to join the armed forces, this so-called home of the brave. Why isn't anybody backing us up? When they see these crooked-ass redneck cops constantly jacking us up, now I bet some punk will say I'm racist. I can tell by the way you smile at me. Then I remember George Jackson, Huey Newton, and Hell with Lady Liberty. And tomorrow. Today is filled with anger, fueled with hidden hate, scared of being outcast, afraid of common fate. Today is built on tragedies which no one wants to face, nightmares to humanity's immorally disgraced. Tonight is filled with rage, violence in the air. Children breed with ruthlessness because no one at home cares. Today I lay my head down, but the pressure never stops. Gnawing at my sanity, content I am dropped. But tomorrow I see change, a change to build anew, built on spirit intent of heart, and ideals based on truth. And tomorrow I wake the second wind and strong because of pride. I know I fought with all my heart to keep my dream alive. Nightmares by Tupac. I pour my heart into this poem and look for the meaning of life. The rich and powerful always prevail, and the less fortunate strive through strife. Mistakes are made to be forgiven. We are too young to stress and suffer. The path of purity and positivity has always been rougher. Your insatiable desire to find perfection has made your faults magnified. Curiosity can take blame for the evil that makes you cry. It isn't a good feeling when you disobey your heart. The nightmares haunt your soul and your nerves are ripped apart. So I Say Goodbye by Tupac. I'm going into this not knowing what I'll find, but I've decided to follow my heart and abandon my mind. And if there be pain, I know that at least I gave my all, and it is better to have loved than lost than to not have loved at all. In the morning I may wake to smile or maybe to cry, but first to those in my past I must say goodbye. Hero by Mariah Carey. There's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you will finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on. There will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. Can't Take That Away by Mariah Carey. They can say anything they want to say. Try to bring me down, but I will not allow anyone to succeed hanging clouds over me. And they can try hard to make me feel that I don't matter at all, but I refuse to fall in what I believe or lose faith in my dreams, because there's a light in me that shines brightly. They can try, but they can't take that away from me. They can do anything they want to you if you don't let them in, but they won't ever win if you cling to your pride and just push them aside. See, I have learned there's an inner peace I own, something in my soul that they cannot possess, so I won't be afraid and the darkness will fade. They can try, but they can't take that away from me. They can't take this precious love I always have inside of me. Certainly the Lord will guide me where I need to go. They can say anything they want to say, try to bring me down, but I won't face the ground. I will rise steadily, sailing out of their reach, although they do try hard to make me feel that I don't matter at all, but I refuse to fall. Tell me what I believe or lose faith in my dreams. They can try, but they can't take that away from me. I Don't Want to Cry by Mariah Carey. Once again we sit in silence. After all is said and done, only emptiness inside us. Look what we've become. We can make a million promises, but we still won't change. It isn't right to stay together when you only bring each other pain. I don't want to cry. Nothing in this world can take us back to where we used to be. Though I've given you my heart and soul, I must find a way of letting you go, because I don't want to cry. Too far apart to bridge the distance, but something keeps us hanging on pretending not to know the difference. Denying what we had is gone. Every moment we're together is just taking me down. I know we swore it was forever, but it hurts too much to stay around. All the magic's gone. There's just a shadow of a memory. Something just went wrong. We can't go on make-believing, because I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry anymore. Mirrors by Janae Eiko. If I'm your reflection, then baby, you must be an angel. Because when the light hits you just right, one could mistake you for a star. That is exactly what you are. Better to consider all of the good things. A glimpse in the mirror to make sure you are still there. But then the night takes over and you are nowhere to be found. Your face in broken pieces, don't you look down. Ashamed I couldn't see this coming around. You're my reflection, so tell me why can't you be more clear? What's up with all your fears? You better consider all of the good times. A glimpse from the mirror to tell you you're just fine.